As a kid, you know, let's talk about me as a kid. As a kid, I always had two things in my pocket. One of these, or whatever Game Boy was available at the time, and then one of these. And I remember I used to always feel weird about it. I'm like, man, I hope nobody sees me having a... This is, again, I was 15. Obvious Blue, thank you for the gift. I appreciate you. I used to walk around thinking, like, I don't want anyone to see I have a Game Boy in my pocket because they'll probably think I'm a dweeb. I definitely don't want to get caught with this. Because me at 15, I used to think if I get caught with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that's it. It's a wrap. Dag, thank you for the sub. And it's so stupid because this is the funniest thing in the world. I also, at one point, this is in 7th grade, actually, I had Beyblades. And I'll never forget, I thought Beyblades was the coolest shit ever. For some reason, I took it to school one day. And I'll never forget, a Beyblade falls out of my pocket. And I'm like, I swear to God, that shit happened in slow motion, bro. It was a Driger, I think that's what it's called. It fell out of my pocket. And I swear to God, it happened in slow motion. And I remember, choo, 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 in slow motion, looking up at the dude across from me. He looks at me, and I'm like, that's it. It's a wrap. He's gonna tell everybody. You know what this motherfucker did? He goes, no way, bro! And he brings out his. And I'm like, I'm not a dweeb, let's fucking go. And he looks at me, he goes, you also like Dragon Ball Z and stuff too, don't you? And I'm like, yeah! That day, I found out that we're all fucking dweebs at the end of the day. Whether we hide or not, we're all dweebs. And there was nothing to hide. But this never came out of my pocket. I was never about to admit to people I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The reason why is probably because I remember the people that avidly played Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's funny looking back at it, I hella respect them now. The ones that hella played Yu-Gi-Oh and were like proud of it were like the weird motherfuckers that usually you stay away from. But looking back at it, it's cool because those motherfuckers knew who they were. They knew themselves. And they did not give a fuck about what society or Emma thought about them. And they still brought their Yu-Gi-Oh cards to school and they played proudly every single day. I love that shit. I'll never forget, I had my friend was terrified to have his secret found out he played Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. He was, one of my other friends was like, oh, you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Let me see your cards. He's looking through his cards. The bell rang and everybody starts pouring out in the hallway and someone bumps into him. And motherfucker drops all the cards into the hallway. Everybody starts basically doing this, where they're crowding around it while he was picking up. And my friend whose cards they belonged to was like, they're not mine! And then he left. He left. And my other friend goes, should I'm taking these now. He took them. He took them all. He was not about to get found out for that shit.